Hi, good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Today is Wednesday, May 27th. What? I know. I act every day like it's a new and exciting detail because to me it is. You know, today is day 67 reading in a row. Day 67. How about that? That's pretty incredible. I'm gonna start to stretch. I'm gonna go like this a little bit. It's summertime. It's it's officially summer to me. I mean, I know it's May, but it's warm out today. Today might be a good day for a walk, a hike, a bike. I don't know. Good morning, Frank. How are you? Frank, I never sent you over the video. I'm so sorry. I just realized it as I see your name pop up. I was doing stuff for work. Boo hiss. Um, Yes, but it was definitely SpongeBob. It was water. Today's G. So if we go backwards in time, it was the letter C. I want to say, good morning, Aja. Hi, my Aunt Cecilia. I miss you. Oh, yeah, I'm stretching. Because, I got to get a little bit more stretchy. Because this is my exercise. These 2 minutes in the beginning. It's not even. If I look at the timer, I'm like, I've been on for a minute and 38 seconds. And I'm like ready to tap out. I'm like, yeah. Nah, I'm not really. Walking, I love to walk. I'll tell you that. But I have to get my arm strength going. Oh, yay! You're welcome. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? I couldn't do the voice that well. Oh, look at Aja is a genius. Good morning, TJ. So G is the letter. You are correct. G is the letter. And I'm going to find it. Oh, I'm going to get it. There it is. It's so pretty, by the way, this G. And it's like, it's perfect. Okay. Check it out. Look at the G. No, I don't need to get that close. Wow. Isn't it pretty? All the swirls. G is for groovy. Gyroscope. Let's see what else. Grateful. Grateful. I love gratitude. Hey, Joan. How are you? I'm going to return your message after story time. I got it. And no, I'm not opening anytime soon, but we'll talk about it off the air. Okay, I love you. Aja. Gelatin. Giant like me, says Frank. Oh, you're wearing a Jets jersey? What's up? I keep my Jets mask right here. Jets, 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 Jets. I love them. Let's see. Goodness. Yes. Grub. Gauge. Gorgeous. My favorite of them is the gratitude. You know I love that. Grapple. You can grapple in the octagon or something. I think that's what they do. And then you have gray clouds. I hope they clear up because I'd love to go for another hike. Gulag? I don't know what that is. Gleeful. I love gleeful. Goddess. That's a good one. Let me see. I'm going to stretch still. Water. God. Good morning. Yes. Uh-oh, I need a refill. Gallop. How about gulp? Gems. Excuse me. Just water. Gorilla. Oh, gulag. We're oh. Wow. You guys know so much about so many things. Georgia. Yeah. I love that I have like so many people that could teach me all this stuff. I love to learn stuff. The other day, I had a show and it was about history. And I was like, wow, giddy up. That's right. Okay, so let's giddy up a little bit here. So we did our stretches. We know our letter. Well, you guys are still coming up with more words. What do you think I should do next? I think I know. Gander, gardener. I'm in the mood for, and let's see, right hand or left hand? Right hand or left hand? I'm shuffling up. Whatever you guys pick. This is my right hand. Oh, this is my left. Lamb down. Hi there. How cute is she? I love this guy, girl, whatever it is. Right hand or left hand? Right hand or left hand? Hurry up. Somebody say it. Try to give you guys a choice to guess which is in which hand. It will change the course of story time forever. Well, just for now. Right hand wins. And the right hand means I will be doing vitamin time first. Vitamin time. I love it. Thank you, Joan, for helping me make my choice. I'm loving these vitamins, and I can't wait to take it. Yes, gills like on a fish. Right? Yep. All right. And then TJ says, my right hand. All right, well then guess what? TJ, you know what I want you to do? Pick another number out for me. Again, I get the same ones. I've yet to get one of each. Because I let fate choose my vitamins. Fate chooses my vitamins. Okay, are you ready? You know the rules. No chewing with your mouth open. No talking with your mouth full. Rude. Gold. Oh, gold. That's a nice word. Gold. Gouldens mustard. Yum, the spicy kind. 58? Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, that was so good. All right, so page 58. All right, so this was 49 where the bookmarker was. The Jets card. Let's go to 58. Okay, so 58 is like a paragraph page. So I need to go, I'm going to go in between 58 and 49. The three fate sisters who controlled all destiny. I love that. Thank you, Joan. So what I'm going to do is I'll go between 49 and 58, okay? Ooh, what a good one. You ready? I'm ready. Beginner's Guide to the Universe by Mike Dooley. Gorgonzola. Yum. I think I like that. Gnocchi. I love pasta. Okay. The Path to Enlightenment. I said that very weird. The Path to Enlightenment. I said it again. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. The Path to Enlightenment. Why am I saying that weird? Is that weird? I'm going to have the pronouncing people say it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go to the interweb. All right. How do you... No, I can't ask them how to pronounce it because... Okay. I'll type... Wait, I know what to do. How do you pronounce ENLIGHT ENMENT? Okay. I can't say it right. Enlightenment. Say it again. Enlightenment. So There's so many other letters there. It looks like it should be like enlightenment or something. All right. Well, thanks for going on that journey with me. That's what you do. If there's a word you don't know how to say, go right into your computer, your phone, and you put it in, and it's amazing. Just glide through the word. I think that's the problem. I try so hard to like say all the letters clearly. Enlightenment. Okay. Oh, I'm so enlightened right now. Okay. The path to enlightenment usually includes many stages. Most commonly, it begins with festering misunderstandings that lead you to pain. And then the pain leads you to growth. And the growth leads you to clarity. Clarity leads to fun. Fun leads to joy. And joy leads to true illumination. Whenever possible, and it usually is, I recommend skipping right to the fun part. That's why I love this book, because I totally get it. Let's read that one more time. I have a slight headache, and getting all this excitement really is waking up my headache, but shh, go to sleep, headache. Hold on one second, TJ. I'll tell you all about your book. Okay. The path to enlightenment usually includes many stages. Most commonly, it begins with festering misunderstandings that lead to pain. The pain then leads to growth. Growth leads to clarity. Clarity leads to fun. Fun leads to joy. And joy leads to true illumination. Whenever possible, and it usually is, I recommend skipping straight to the fun part. Good job. I love it. Okay, so TJ has a question. Her question is, how's my book going? So yesterday you were on a school call, and I read about The Boy That Cried Wolf. Except for I didn't know that at the end it was a little bit gruesome. And I wasn't expecting it. So what I'm going to do is I need to read one of these stories, and then like pre-read it, or maybe I could read this one. I have one for today. One of my favorite stories, The Three Little Pigs. But I didn't remember that the story about the boy who cried wolf ended with a body. And this kids show, I'm trying to keep it cheerful. So I'm going to, honestly, I think what I'm going to do is pre-read some. But I think I can I'll do The Three Little Pigs today. All right, so it's time to shout out the kids. Are you ready to shout out the kids? I am. So, good morning. This is our artwork. Good morning, TJ and DJ and baby Lewis. Good morning, Ella, Ari, and Luca. Hi, Brianna, Holland. Good morning, Alex and Hannah Lorraine, Colin and Sophie and Gracelyn and Kaylee and Viviana and Bethany are their cousins. Joseph, Scarlett and Juliet, Jack and Sawyer Jane, Liam, Finn and Fletcher and Patrick, Emma, Caitlin, Joe Jr., Jane, Vinny and Joey, another Patrick, baby Paisley, Fifi and little Joe from up the block. We got Tony, Bella, AJ, and Angelo. Penelope Snow from Maine. My friend Leo. What's up, Leo? My niece, Olivia Rose. My goddaughter, Marin Rose. Her little baby sister, Molly. I have to call them. I miss them. James Storm. And he's up in Vermont. Allie and Emily out in Frisco. And Jake and Kaylin, whose mom and dad are having their wedding anniversary today. Happy anniversary, Ed and Kate. That was a lot. That was a lot of reading. I'm going to take a nap now. No, I'm not, but if I was, I'd take a nap with my social distancing buddy. What up, Bartholomew? Hi, it's me, Bartholomew. Oh, you have an English accent today? He just channeled right through me, and it was totes my goats and English accent. Nice. So, what do you think we should do today? Who do you think we should send all of our energy and love and well wishes and love and light and love? Who do you think we should send that to today? Ooh, that's a good one. Why don't we do that? We're going to send our love and our light and all of our well wishes out to all of those who have been forgotten, because maybe they're not seen by everyone because we've all been, social distancing and quarantining, and they're not out and about, so they slip people's mind. That's a good one. You're so smart. I'm glad you're my social distancing buddy. So let's get Piggy and Cecilia. Piggy, what's up? Cecilia, how's it shaking? Okay. They come with a lot of fuzz, these kids. And it really just gets right into my noozle, my nose. And you know what we need? We need your help. Because this is when we all get together and we send lots of love and positive energy and light to those that we're thinking about. So from our head, from our heart, and from our whole being, we're going to send this out to everyone. When tragedy strikes, when gold is struck, those are in the news soon become forgotten. I just channeled that from him. I don't really know where that came from, but I think it makes sense. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow, that was so good, you guys. I'm so proud of you. I love that you guys are so on board with doing this, sending out love and light and energy. It's so good for you too. And it's not that you want to do it for you, but there is a complete cycle and it just bounces right back to you. And I'm just so happy that you joined me to do that. All right, guys? Okay. All right. So let's check it out. Where are we at now? So we shouted out the kids. We took our vitamin. We drank some water. Ooh, I have a little coffee. I don't mind if I have a sip of in my Zen mug. That's good stuff. That is good. So we took our vitamin. We had the nugget of truth. We know the letter of the day is G. I think it's it. I think it's time. I think it's time to put our feet firmly in the ground. And I think it's time we got to do some breathing because we need to focus and relax to be ready to read, to absorb the books, right? For me to be able to read it and to read it without messing up the sentences. Sometimes it happens. I'm just human. Okie dokie, here we go. All right. Today's G, I'm going to definitely say I am grateful. What are you going to say, Miss TJ? You are glad? I love that. I'm so excited. You know why? Because life is an endless opportunity to find something to be grateful for. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. I am grateful. I am excited. I am grateful. I am ready. I'm ready to read. Now, you know, for you guys, I do just about anything, including sing. Oh, I found it. So, today, there's always a theme that pops up. It never happens purposely. Well, that's not true. That's not honest. I have planned, like for instance, we did Hero Day for Memorial Day, and we've done different things on other days. But this just happened. I was not going to read The Three Little Pigs, okay? And I had this one book in my hand, and then I turned to the side and found a book, and I was gonna save it. You know what? I'm gonna stick with what I wanted to do. Sorry, guys. Late game day decision. So we have 3 books today, like we always do. Oh my God, I wish I had a glazed donut right now. Good for you being a glazed donut. Okay? So today, we are reading 3 books. We are reading a quick book for the kids, and then 2, I don't know, kind of longer books. This is 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe. And the promise I made that I never keep, because it's not really a promise, I always cross my fingers when I say it, is that I don't sing, because my singing voice isn't always the best. But you love me anyway. Okay. So for the kids, 1, I love the colors. So pretty. 2, there's 2 of them. And there's 2 bluebirds. I love bluebirds. Buckle my shoe. Okay, so it's a song. I'll sing it after I read it because I can't turn the pages that fast. I'm just not that good. 3, 4. I love how there's birds with them. There's a cardinal. Shut the door. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 7, 8. Lay them straight. 9, 10. Begin again. I don't think this book was ever opened. How cool, a brand new book. Wow. So do you know how it goes in the song? 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, begin again. That's why I don't sing. Oh gosh, you guys. You have to stretch. You got to stretch yourself during times when you want to entertain others and make others happy. So maybe kids, did you ever put a play on for your parents? I used to love doing that. I used to like doing that for my grandparents. We would write words to a play, or we would take a book, we'd get a couple of pages, and we'd reenact it. And I would just always believe I was on a stage. I guess I was always trying to do this kind of stuff. Or I used to do commercials in the mirror when I was a kid. I'd be in the bathroom mirror. I'd run the hot water. I'd get the little cup out. I'd put hot water in it, and I'd always do, good to the last drop. I would literally be filming a coffee commercial in my bathroom mirror. Maxwell House. So I've always wanted to do this, and this is why I love being here together, because you allow me to be here for you and for me. I'd be lying, but isn't that what we all do? We all do things for ourselves and others, and that's really important because that's what keeps it going. If you just did things for others, you'd feel defeated and depleted of energy. Even the kids, right? There's something to do with it being cyclical and give and take. That's beautiful. And there's something special about that. Now, don't get me wrong. There are many things in my life that I do to just do because I think it's important to do for others. But on a consistent basis, it's so nice to feel that give and take like in a family, right? To share chores is important. To not always be the one giving and not be the one that's always taking. There has to be give and take in friendships, relationships, very important. Let's learn a little bit more about that. Because there's always a story in our books, always a lesson. Today, the next book, which highlights what we're just discussing, which is disgusting, Mr. Greedy. Wow. Mr. Greedy. We love the Mr. books, but Mr. Greedy, look at him. I mean, he's smiling. So I guess greedy people smile, but not nice. Okay, let's check it out. Mr. Greedy liked to eat. In fact, Mr. Greedy loved to eat. And the more he ate, the fatter he became. And the trouble was, the fatter he became, the more hungry he became. And the more hungry he became, the more he ate. And the more he ate, the fatter he became, and so on and so on. That's called gluttony. Gluttony. Mr. Greedy lived in a house that looked rather like himself. It was a roly-poly sort of a house. One morning, Mr. Greedy awoke earlier than usual. He had been dreaming about food, as that was usual, and that made him wake up feeling hungry, as usual. So Mr. Greedy got up, went downstairs, and ate the most enormous breakfast. Pancakes. Pancakes sound so good. Hi, Moran. You used to pretend to do commercials too? I love you. Good energy. You have great energy since I met you. This is what Mr. Greedy had for breakfast. Toast, 2 slices. Cornflakes, 1 box. Milk, 1 bottle. This looks more like a shopping list. This is what he ate for breakfast. Sugar, 1 bowlful. Toast, 3 more slices. Eggs, 3 boiled. Toast, 4 slices. Butter, 1 dish. Marmalade, 1 pot. TJ, that's why we're each other's spirit people. When Mr. Greedy had finished his enormous breakfast, he sat back in his chair. He smiled a very satisfied smile and thought, that was a delicious breakfast, he thought to himself. Now I wonder what would be nice to have for lunch. He decided in order to work up an appetite for lunch, he would go for a long walk. Well, thank goodness, because I was nervous for his health. I feel for him because he's probably eating to satisfy something else. That morning, Mr. Greedy walked and walked and walked. Then he discovered a cave. That's funny, he thought. I don't remember seeing that there before. Cave. Mr. Greedy, being a curious sort of fellow, decided to explore. He entered a dark cave. Inside, he discovered some giant steps leading upward. Mr. Greedy, being a curious sort of fellow, decided to climb in. They were very steep and very difficult to climb, but with much huffing and puffing, Mr. Greedy climbed up and up. Magical. At the top of the steps, Mr. Greedy came to a door. It was, without a doubt, the biggest door that Mr. Greedy had ever seen. And it wasn't quite shut. Mr. Greedy, being a curious sort of fellow, decided to see what was on the other side of that door. Look at how cute. He's so tiny compared to the door. So Mr. Greedy squeezed himself through the crack in the door. And there before him was an amazing sight. The biggest room in the world. Whoa! The floor was as big as a field. The table in the middle of the floor was as big as a house, and the chairs around it were as high as trees. Mr. Greedy felt very small. Then he sniffed. Coming from somewhere up on top of that gigantic table was the most delicious, foody smell that Mr. Greedy had ever smelled. Mr. Greedy sniffed again and then decided that he must get up on that table. So he began to climb up the leg of the enormous chair. Oh, he's hiking. It was very difficult, and it took him a long time. But eventually, Mr. Greedy stood on that table. Everything was larger than life. The salt and pepper shakers were both bigger than Mr. Greedy. That's what those are. My mom can't collect those in her house. They're bigger than her house. There was a bowl of fruit on the table, and Mr. Greedy tried to lift one of the oranges. And Mr. Greedy, being Mr. Greedy, took a bite out of one of the apples too. And then he looked around. Is anybody else getting a little nervous about whose house he might be in? I'm feeling a little fee-fi-fo action. Fee-fi-fo-fum action. Maybe it's just a moment of psychicness. I don't pre-read the books, and I don't want to read, I don't want to bubble burst, but I'm not bubble bursting because I don't know the end, but I'm getting a little anxious feeling like in this area, which is like it's my fifth chakra. No, that's here. Fourth, third. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like uneasy like a Sunday morning. Okay, over that, on the other side of the table, stood the source of that delicious smell. A huge, enormous, gigantic, colossal plate. And on the plate, huge, enormous, gigantic size sausages, the size of pillows, and huge, enormous, gigantic, colossal potatoes, the size of beach balls, and huge, enormous, gigantic, colossal peas, the size of cabbages. Wow. Mr. Greedy hurried across the table. I'm getting the chills. Toward the plate. And being Mr. Greedy, he began to eat. Oh boy. You guys. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. It's a giant. I'm sweating. It's definitely a giant. I'm so nervous. Suddenly, a shadow fell across the plate, and Mr. Greedy found himself being picked up by a giant. I love when this happens. G is for giant. I had no idea. G is the letter for today. That I knew, but I didn't know this was going to happen. And you know what? I had a different book. I can't even lie. I was going to do Mr. Nosy because I had a different book, but I switched to Greedy, and look at how it's all coming together. I love it. Okay, I'm sweating. Mr. Greedy found himself being picked up by a giant hand, and looking into the eyes of a real, live giant. And who, thundered the giant, are you? That's Mr. Greedy was so frightened that he could only just manage to squeak his name. Mr. Greedy, Mr. Greedy, he squeaked. And the giant laughed, a laugh as loud as thunder. Greedy by name and greedy by nature, he bellowed. Well, I think, Mr. Greedy, that you need to be taught a lesson. Frank is a giant. Frank. What a lesson it was. Look at the giant. Oh my goodness, he's scary. Oh gosh, I can't. The giant made Mr. Greedy eat up everything on that huge, enormous, gigantic, colossal plate. When he had finished, Mr. Greedy felt very ill. He felt very ill indeed, as if he would burst at any minute. No, said the giant in a much quieter voice. No, do you promise you will never be greedy again? Oh, yes, moaned Mr. Greedy. I promise. I promise. Very well, said the giant. Then I'll let you go. Mr. Greedy climbed down from the table and went out through the door, feeling very fat and extremely miserable. And do you know what? From that day to this, Mr. Greedy kept his promise. And do you know something else as well? Mr. Greedy doesn't look like he used to anymore. He now looks like this, which I think suits him a lot better, don't you? Ta-da! Now he looks like a jelly bean instead of a gumdrop. So if you know anybody who's as greedy as Mr. Greedy used to be, you know what to tell them, don't you? Beware of giants. Well, that's one heck of a story. Now, I'm applying lip gloss for the next story because it's the story of the three bears. There's a lot of huffing and puffing. I got to prepare. Moisten up the old mouthpiece. Get set. Are you ready? Okay. Good thing I stretched today. Whew. You know why? Because this is a workout. TJ, this book is heavy. It's filled with so many stories and stuff. You know why it's heavy? So many lessons. Good stories come with good lessons. Are you ready to read? Okay. I need a little sip of some water. Alrighty then. The story of the three little pigs. So I need a book holder. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. Since they were no longer piglets, their mother decided it was time for them. Hold, please. Okay. It was time for them to leave the pig pen and make homes of their own. So she packed her three sons a sack of food and sent them on their way. It may have seemed like a cruel thing for a mother to do, but the pig pen was so crowded, and the three brothers were happy to leave. The first pig built his home of straw. He thought it was a wise decision since straw was so easy to carry and assemble. It took the first little pig only a day to finish his straw home. It was very flimsy. It was a very flimsy house, but the little pig was proud of himself, and for completing his home so quickly, gave himself a pat on the back. The second little pig built his home of sticks. The sticks weren't as easy to carry and assemble as straw, but they were a lot stronger. The stick house was much sturdier than his brother's house, and it took him only a week to build it. So the second little pig thought he made a smart choice. But the third little pig built his home of bricks. They were so heavy that he could only carry two at a time in his hooves. But the third little pig knew that the bricks would make a much sturdier home than the sticks and the straw. Every day on his way to the brick maker, the third little pig walked past his brother's houses. They teased him mercilessly for taking on such a chore. "You'll never finish your home," said the second little pig. "Your arms are going to fall off, dude, from carrying those bricks back and forth," said the first little pig. Despite his brother's mean remarks, the third little pig knew he was doing the right thing. "You may be laughing now, but this land is full of dangerous creatures your houses won't protect you from." He went to boarding school. The third little pig said. After a tiring month, the house of bricks was finally finished. Just as the third little pig had predicted, a big, bad wolf soon entered the land, searching for his next meal. He came upon the three little pigs' houses and thought they would be easy catches. So he went to the house of straw first and knocked on the door. There are the houses: straw, twigs, and brick. Little pig, let me in, the wolf called to the pig inside. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, the first little pig replied. Then I shall huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. I like the version where it says in, so maybe I'm going to say in. It rhymes. It bothers me. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, the wolf growled. He took a deep breath, and he blew the straw house away. I thought he was supposed to say, yeah, he did. Okay. The wolf barged inside. Wait a minute. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And he ran to his brother's house. So then the wolf knocked on the house made of sticks. Little pig, let me in. I forgot that one's accent. You know what? I think he's just going to be scared. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, said the second little pig. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in, he growled. And he said, and as he was taking all those breaths, the two pigs ran over to the brother's house. Little pig, let me in. And they were standing there scared. And they're like, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And now they're all standing in the brick house, hovering together, afraid. And the brother knew. He built a really good house. He said, I'll blow your house in. I'll blow your house in. And he took, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the houses in. Except this time, the pig shouted from inside, I'd like to see you try, the third little pig said with a laugh. The wolf didn't like to be mocked, so this angered him very much. He took a deep breath and he blew at the house. However, unlike the house of straw and stick, the brick house stayed in one piece. The wolf took an even deeper breath and blew at the house more strongly than before. Still, the brick house remained intact. The wolf tried again, taking the deepest breath he could and blowing it out with all his might. Sadly for the wolf, the brick house stayed standing. Yay! He was so out of breath, the wolf fell to his knees and coughed and wheezed. Good for him. I'll get inside your house and eat you, little pig, even if it's the last thing I do, growled the wolf. Oh no, whatever you do, don't come through the back door. The wolf thought the pig was foolish for giving him such a good idea. He marched to the back of the brick house and pulled the door open. However, it wasn't an entrance to the back. It wasn't an entrance to the house, but a room where the third little pig kept his firewood. The logs came tumbling down and piled on top of the wolf. The third little pig laughed hysterically as he watched the wolf from inside. The wolf climbed out from under the pile of firewood and angrily got to his feet. Laugh all you want, he said. I'll find a way in your house. Oh, no, you won't. Whatever you do, don't dig a hole under the house. The wolf knew what the pig was doing, and he wasn't going to be fooled by it this time. he wouldn't go under the house as the pig suggested. He was going to go over the house and crawl down the chimney. The wolf fetched a ladder and climbed up the roof on top of the brick house and then quickly slid down the chimney before the pig could hear him coming. "Ready or not, here I come," the wolf growled. However, the third little pig had outsmarted the wolf again. Waiting for him at the bottom of the chimney was a large pot of boiling soup. And the third little pig that night enjoyed wolf soup. The end. I may have to have a Zoom conference with TJ. That was a very interesting book. The Three Little Pigs. So now the three pigs are eating wolf soup. That's like some wolf gumbo. You guys, it's day 67. I love that we're here every morning. I hope that you enjoy it just as much as I do. Tomorrow we'll be back for day 68 with 3 more books, the letter H, and I don't know, whatever. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? You never know what's going to happen on Storytime with Donna Vee. I need to thank you, and I want to let you know I'm grateful for all of you. Let's breathe our way out and get into our day and have a wonderful day, okay? So, I am grateful. I am happy. I am excited. I am saying, have an awesome day. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Storytime with Donna Vee. Oh, today, Girls Gone Green, 8 o'clock. Go to the channel, Girls Gone Green. We're doing some old-fashioned stories from the radio. Love you guys. Bye.